All right, man. What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Brick Podcast, man. We coming to y'all boys live and direct from a bunch of different places, man. You already know I got my boy O in the building.
Yo, what up, y'all?
And y'all know I got Shebo.
What's up, Brickz fam? Back at it with you.
Yeah, man, we back live and direct, back in action, man. Look, we had some vacations, you know what I'm saying? Took some trips, but we ain't gonna worry about that. Vacation over. We got NBA games going crazy. We got the finals coming up, so we gonna dig right into the nitty gritty, man. Finals is set. OKC versus the Pacers. To my surprise, low-key, I did not have the Pacers going all the way to the finals. I know some of y'all probably did. OKC isn't as surprising. But, look, man, we're going to dig right into it, bro. I already told y'all, I was not expecting Indiana to make it that far. What is your finals predictions? Who do y'all think might take it all the way? And in how many games?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm surprised Indiana. Well, I'm surprised Indiana got here based on who they had to get through. Right, Cleveland, of course, that was my team. That was my pick to come out the East. Of course, they didn't get to see Boston, but New York, a team that tried to pride itself defensively, with the exception of some players. But of course, you know, had some heroic performances from Jalen Brunson this playoff. So I thought New York was going to, you know, give them a good series, maybe even win that series. But Indiana comes out. I think they've been one of the best teams in the East since January. So it's not too much of a surprise. But OKC, and I've been saying it ever since the playoffs started. I mean, they're coming out with a different energy this season defensively. 1 through 6, I think, on their roster. Maybe 7, even 8 maybe, can defend at a very high level. Of course, you got the guy to go to for a bucket, the closer too, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You got some other guys offensively that can really light it up. I think they're just going to be too much for Indiana, and I think they're going to get this one done in 5.
Shebo got him in 5.
Yeah, Pacers are interesting to see them make it to the finals, but I wouldn't say that interesting. I think once they beat Cleveland, they had established themselves as like a actual threat to win the East. At that point, now we're saying they might play the Knicks in the conference finals, and we think they could beat them. So I mean, once they got to the Knicks and we saw like how the first game went, and then Tyrese hit that buzzer beater and held up the choke symbol. Shout out to Reggie, and then they actually won in overtime. I knew then like that they had a real chance to win, like at least to go to the finals. Because Tibbs, like, he can't coach. He doesn't play his bench. We're gonna get to Tibbs later, but
Yeah.
he definitely could have done a lot of things differently in those finals. Like I remember one game the Knicks won and had 9 assists, and Karl Anthony Towns played great that game. Like Karl Anthony Towns would never play that good on a consistent level, and you're not going to win a series. You really shouldn't have won a game with 9 assists in the NBA, but you're definitely not going to win a series playing like that. And Tyrese and Siakam played well. I think personally Tyrese should have got conference MVP just off the 35-point triple dub alone. I think he should have got it. But Siakam did play well. He's super underrated, I think. And as going to the finals.
What you got?
Hey, man. I ain't gonna be the oddball out. Thunder in 6.
In 6. And see, I don't want to be disrespectful to the Pacers because they are deserving of being here. They are a really good team. Like Siakam, to me, and in my opinion, I think he did deserve the Eastern Conference Finals MVP because he really was consistent all the way through that series. He saved them with the mid range and did some great things on both ends of the floor. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough for me to see how Tyrese does against OKC's defense, because he's only scored, I think, their last two meetings this season. I think he had four in the first one and 18 in the second one. So they give him some issues. I think for the Pacers, if they do want to have a chance in this series, it's going to have to come from the other guys like Siakam. They're going to have to step up big. Nesmith, Miles Turner, of course, as well. Andrew Nembhard, too. I mean, those guys have to show up every night, especially in those games in OKC. Because if it's a very good chance you're gonna go down 2-0 in these first games going to OKC in that environment, and then but if you can still win in OKC, that's gonna help you a lot going back to Indiana. So, Jalen, you back? So, what you think?
I was just gonna say. Oh, my fault.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, you brought up like them going down 2-0, but like I thought they was gonna go down 2-0 in every series, and they didn't found a way to win at least one on the road. And just another point, like I wanted to bring up real quick, both of these teams have been the best two teams record wise since the All-Star break. So
yep.
I don't think it's gonna be as easy as people are saying it's gonna be for the Thunder. Yes, they're the better team, but I think if the Pacers can make it a high-scoring affair, they have a chance.
Nah, I agree. Like Shebo said, I feel like it's really going to be dependent on if because the first game's at OKC, right? So
first two.
Yeah. If the Pacers can steal one of them games starting off at OKC, I really don't know, bro. Because I just knew for sure that the Knicks was going to beat the Pacers. But once they stole that game in Madison Square, you could feel and see the shift. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't know. Like, it was instant. I'm like, dang, like I really don't know. So I don't know. I think this matchup is really like even. OKC has better defenders overall, but they both play the same. They both kind of play the same like brand and style of basketball. Like high power, a lot of people say AAU quick type of style that we don't really see from like teams like the Knicks that and the Celtics that are more like iso ball type teams. So with that being said, give me OKC in 4.
Sweet.
Crazy, man.
Sweet.
You crazy if you.
That's a little disrespectful.
Bro, the NBA wants rings.
Nah.
They are not going to allow them
6.
to sweep them.
OKC in 6. OKC in 6.
I said 6.
It's 6.
But on my alter ego side, give me Pacers in 6.
If
Man, I don't know.
If they still win at home, give me Pacers at 6.
I don't think the Pacers can win 2 in OKC.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I got to be in 6.
7, bro.
Because they're going to be back home game 6.
I think if the Pacers do it, it's going to go 7. But I don't know.
Yeah.
OKC, and like I said, they play on a different level defensively. Like the Pacers are a good defensive team, but OKC, we know they're having a historic defensive year. And I mean, you can name anybody from the starting lineup all the way to probably 2 or 3 guys off the bench, and you can give the argument those guys can pretty much guard anybody on the Pacers. Now, Siakam, his thing is he's going to look for his mismatches, especially in that mid-range game and in the post, try to get some turnarounds. I think they got something for that with, of course, J-Dub and, of course, Alex Caruso, too, a long body that can, really contest shots. But to me, also, too, Tyrese, if the Pacers want to pull this off, Tyrese can't have games like he's had, kind of throughout these playoffs where he'll come off, he'll have 35 or, 20 and 10, have a good balanced game, but then come out the next one and fall flat offensively. Start slow for the first 3 quarters. You know what I'm saying? I think you cannot start slow first 3 quarters against OKC because we've seen they're going to jump on that, and then you end up looking up, you down 30, 25 before halftime. So Yeah, the Pacers just going to – I mean, they're going to have to play their best basketball, to me, to win this series. And I don't know if they can do that consistently in 7-game series. I think they do.
We've seen them doing that.
They've been doing it, though. That's what I'm saying. They've been doing it.
We've been seeing them do it since the playoffs started.
But the teams – we have, but I don't think those teams are as good as the Thunder. I just don't think they're. Fair. I think the Thunder are in a whole nother league. Than
I think the X factor, like of course Tyrese and Siakam got to play good, but I personally think the X factor has to be Miles Turner though. Because the Thunder have Hartenstein and Chet, and in my opinion, Miles Turner don't be playing aggressive enough most of the time. Like, it's no way he's the center having 4 boards. I know that's the type of the type of like scheme they play, but like Hartenstein and Chet, you're gonna have to play more of a big man role. But if he goes out there and do that and can hit threes and can help defend, because he's a good defender, good shot blocker. So I think if he can help just a little bit more, I really think they got a chance. Like, I'm not counting them out as much as other people are. There's no way we seen them play all this well for 3 rounds straight, and we finna just say they finna go out there and get swept or blown out every game. I don't see it happening.
And see, I think right there, Miles Turner's game, especially down low, it might be where the Pacers get in trouble. Because watching that Knicks series, I mean, Mitchell Robinson ate.
Yeah, he was killing them
on Miles Turner.
Even
if you're going to go back to the Cavs series. Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. Like, he was getting his, and even with Mobley and Jarrett Allen, of course, they had some injuries in that series. But those two, I mean, they did well against those two because, of course, the guards and forwards took care of their business. But I think even in that series with the Cavs, those two are not as well balanced to me offensively as Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, especially on the offensive end, are. And so, if Miles Turner doesn't show up,
it's really over.
Yeah, it's really over. Yeah, it's
but
a wrap.
I think the good part about the Pacers though is like they can still play well even if Tyrese Haliburton ain't playing well. Like, we seen them beat the Cavs with Tyrese scoring like 6 points, bro. So like, that's the thing. Like you said though, to your point, it does put more pressure on a Miles Turner and a Siakam and a Nembhard to play his role as a role player and a Naismith and all them guys, but if they play like how they played, what was it, game 5 against the Knicks? Yeah, they're going to be all right.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people are saying. Like, it really reminds me of... Nah, I ain't going to say that. That's crazy. I ain't going to say that.
Say it.
Go ahead, say it.
I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that just because I can see the Pacers winning. I don't think they win it. It just took me back to when the last time the Thunder was in the finals and they played LeBron. They were favored to win the finals over Bron and them, but like everybody should have known it was gonna be much closer than what people was making it seem. That's my point. I don't think they're gonna win like the Heat. I don't think the Pacers are gonna win like the Heat, but I don't think it's gonna be as big of a mismatch as people are thinking.
It might be something like the Celtics when the Pacers played the Celtics in the ECF last year. All 4 of those games came down to the wire and could have went either way, but I think they got swept or lost that one in 5 if I'm not mistaken. But I don't see Indiana coming in here and laying down. I don't think it's going to be a matter of kind of what the Thunder have been doing the whole playoffs and putting together like a 30-point blowout in every series.
Yeah.
But I do think in the game situations, I mean, Shai is the MVP for a reason. And then if it's not Shai, you got J-Dub at the 3-point line, and he's a downhill player too. He's gonna get to the basket. You got Chet who can do it at the basket and do it at the 3-point line as well. They got too many options offensively, and then of course defensively.
Is Shai a free throw merchant?
No. I think a lot of people have looked at the numbers over the playoffs. I mean, I think he's not even shooting any like spectacular number of free throws, especially this playoffs or this season. And when I watch this game, and I'm not going to say I'm the biggest fan of it because it's I'm just not the biggest fan of, I guess, his rhythm. You know, a lot of stop and go. What we seen from, you know, James Harden and Trae Young kind of do it too. They kind of like how you stem a route as a receiver. They kind of stem you back when they pass you and try to get you to bump you from the back. And I mean, it works. And defenders still, you know, they have to work around it. It's a working game because, you know, it draws in defenders. Of course, they can make some plays out of it. I don't think he's a free throw merchant. I think it's just the way he plays. It's hard to stay in front of him and also stay disciplined as a defender. That's it.
Yeah, it's hard to guard him, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't think he's a free throw merchant. I was just saying because that's been a huge conversation. Like I've been seeing TikToks. I saw this one TikTok. It was like how the Thunder rims used to feel, and he was just dunking the ball. One occasion the three from KD, dunking the ball. Now it was like now straight free throws. I was like, they trolling, man. They straight trolling. They straight trolling.
He do be
I don't think
shooting a lot of free
I just feel like
throws,
he's a smart player.
He do, though.
You. What you mean?
He be getting to the line a lot, bro. Like,
I mean, they be fouling. Not worse than James Harden used to get to the line.
Yeah, James Harden used to be egregious.
No. It's not worse than James Harden. But I remember in that Timberwolves series, it was some little move he had. He didn't even get touched. And everybody was going crazy like, bro, they be giving SGA all these calls.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, you know which play I'm talking about. But, like, once you get to that point, bro, I feel like that's part of what comes with it, bro. Like, it's kind of an art. Like, once you learn how to perfect that, like, I mean, you really him. Like, if you getting them calls, yeah, I'm going to use it to my advantage. I'm going to get the easiest bucket I can and still kill.
I mean, let's look at the Minnesota series, right? 4 free throws, and I think this was game 5, 4 free throws. Then he had 14 attempts in games 4 and 1, 15 in game 2, and then he had 4 again in game 3. So it's like it depends, and I think sometimes, you know, a lot of people get caught up like that one play you say. It's going to be some that's questionable because NBA refs are questionable as a whole, and they're gonna call something. Yeah, every playoffs they're gonna call some stuff that I just totally don't agree with. But as far as, you know, his free throw attempts, it seemed pretty normal to me. 9, 4, 7 for a guard that has the ball in his hands most of the time, and a lot of the time he's driving to the basket, looking to get fouled. It's not too crazy to me.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, even when you brought up the statistics, like he's averaging less free throws than people like LeBron and KD were. So you can't really call him a free throw merchant without calling them a free throw merchant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And KD not a free throw merchant. He a bucket getter. Pure buckets.
Oh, you still a KD fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
I don't know. You be switching.
You know, I'm a fan of basketball. I like putting that ball. I like putting the ball in the hoop, and that's what he do best. That's how I play really.
You be switching around and stuff.
Here you go. I changed my NFL team because they're racist, and now I be switching around.
Well, you about to change your NBA team too, because KD not gonna be your son much longer.
Hey, you're right. I'm a KD fan, and when he retired, I'm an Ant fan.
That's fair.
Speaking of KD, because you said you said you want to see him on the Timberwolves, and that puts him with Ant.
Give it to me.
They're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to do that trade, though.
Wow.
They're not going to be able to afford his contract.
What? Yes, they are.
I did.
Yes, they are.
Mock trade. You can go on ESPN. They got a mock trade simulator.
No, it's going to
Their
work.
luxury tax line.
But they're
not going to be able to afford them.
It's going to work. KD's not.
Who was the Suns going to want? Who was the Suns going to want from Minnesota in that trade?
Nasri.
I would need Julius Randle. Nah. Give me Julius Randle.
Yeah, you're going to need more than Nas Reed.
Okay. Ship Julius, keep Nas. Nas in the starting lineup.
If I'm Phoenix and I'm giving you KD, I need Rob off you. I need Julius Randle. And I need
want a center.
picks.
They want a center. I would have been looking at Nikhil Alexander too. Y'all want the whole Timberwolves.
I mean, you talking about KD?
Bro, KD is old, bro. He is old.
Okay, see, this is what I was saying a couple episodes ago, right? When you were saying Kevin Durant to like, I forgot what team, like
He's still him.
The Pistons. I mean, he's still him, but yeah,
give me Pistons too. No, never. I'll stop watching basketball.
Well, you would not. Stop being lame, bro. You being weird.
Do not. They're not even interested, so I'm not even entertaining that. They're not even interested.
Well,
You
look,
don't know
man,
who's interested.
I
They need some picks.
Bruh.
Suns is desperate.
They already said it's only 3 to 6 teams interested. I ain't heard their name.
You don't know who.
I heard the Rockets.
You not freaking
I heard the
Shams?
Rockets. I'm literally, bro. I'm literally Woj.
Woj is
I know
retired.
it all. I'm just not dropping it. Exactly, but he's still know.
yeah, I'm about to say he still probably
know.
be getting the info. Yeah,
He still know.
He probably do. He
It's
probably
the
be tapped
I
in.
mean, I said the Texans. the
Rockets.
It's the Rockets, Timberwolves, Knicks, Spurs, Heat,
Atlanta
Mavericks.
in there too.
That's what and Atlanta. So
Yeah,
7
Atlanta
teams.
in there.
Give me 7 teams.
I don't like them.
But if he goes to the Spurs, it's over.
I think that's the most attractive to him. I mean, for him, if they're able to pull it off, they got the young core, then they
And
got
they
a
got
guard,
the
they got a good guard and the picks. Yep. I mean, I don't see why not the Spurs. I mean, the only question is, well, they did pick a new coach, right? That's what
It's,
I was-
it's,
Spurs.
it's
I
the
mean,
same.
the Spurs.
It's the same coach that was already like the interim head coach.
Yeah, that was an interim.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch Johnson. Yeah, so I do like the Spurs. Like realistically, I think if he wants, they would be
Bro.
they'd be crazy. And this is the time for Wemby. Like I've been saying, this is the time for Wemby to now take a step into the playoffs. We've seen Ant, we've seen Shai, Tyrese up there now too.
Let's see Wemby in there.
Yeah, the young era is here, so it's time to see Wemby in there. And we even saw, I think people forget how good the Spurs kind of were before he got injured and they had some other injuries.
And,
They beat
and
the-
Fox
they-
was injured.
Yeah, I mean but this is before the Fox trade. They beat the
Oh,
Knicks
you talking-
in New
okay.
York on on Christmas.
On Christmas, yeah.
So yeah, they showed some
So
flashes of
if
being
they-
a good team, and yeah, now they got Fox.
If the Suns is trading for if the Suns are trading KD to the Spurs, who they getting? Because I'm gonna need Stephon Castle for sure. Y'all got to come
No,
off something.
they keeping
Y'all got to
Castle.
come off something.
They
That's what I'm
traded the
saying.
second pick. They traded the second pick.
Bro, I don't, bro. Like, if I'm the Suns, I need more than just that pick. That pick is complimentary
Yeah.
to the fact.
You're crazy. The second overall pick in the draft?
Bro, yeah, I'm not getting Cooper Flag. I don't care. So I'll take the second pick.
They can get Derek Queen. They can
At the
literally
second
get the
pick?
center they want. Gang, Derek Queen's a pro. Let's not
He
play.
is, but
Let's
he's not
play,
going
bro.
to. Calm down, bro. Calm down.
Bro, but why
You're
would
a
they?
little too
Why would
excited,
they? Who would
bro.
they draft? Who would they draft? Don't tell me they're going to draft Dylan Harper. They have Devin Booker.
I don't know. Ace Bailey?
Yeah, but they don't. They need a center.
I'm not drafting Derek Queen with the 2 pick, bro. With the second pick, I cannot do that.
Derek Queen gonna be one of the best ones out this draft. That's market. Book it.
I agree.
Book it.
I totally agree. Which is why
So
I think
why
they're
not?
really gonna pull
So
this
why
trade
not?
off. But no. This is why I think they're really gonna pull the trade off with the Rockets, because I think the Rockets have the 10th pick, and Derek Queen was projected to fall to that pick. On top of that, I like what you got on your bench that I can make work.
If
So
he goes
give
to the
me, like,
Rockets, I'm not
Jabari
watching.
Smith
I'm not a
Jr..
KD fan.
Give me your 10th pick, and then give me, I don't know, like one more person. I don't care. Cam Whitmore.
If he go to the Rockets, I'm not a KD fan no more.
You tripping, bro. The Rockets are instantly, they already
Yeah,
are a
that-
playoff team, but they instantly super duper competitive. You're tripping.
No, I'm not a fan.
You tripping,
I'm not
bro.
a fan at all.
Why not?
I ain't gonna lie. That's
Why
one
not
KD
of
on
the
the
most.
Rockets or KD on the Rockets? Which one?
Like him on the Rockets.
Yo. Oh, why I'm not a fan of him on the Rockets? Because, I mean, you said, what you say, trade Jabari,
Yeah,
10th pick
Jabari
and Cam,
bro, they
and
got
Cam
too
Whitmore.
much. They have too many role players. They low key too deep. They can come off something. They got Reed Shepard on the bench who will be starting on another team.
I just don't feel like Dylan Brooks is he's just gonna always. He's never gonna win a championship. So if he's on a team, they're not winning. That's just how I feel.
I'd argue you might.
And Jalen Green.
I was about to say Jalen Green might be not expendable, tradable.
Nah, bro.
He might
I'm
be.
tripping, bro. Y'all tripping.
I just feel like we got to see that. We got to see that. I got to see that leap from Jalen Green. And KD not gonna help Jalen Green make that leap. If anything, he's gonna be.
What?
I don't know. Man,
bro, are you?
I mean,
bro,
from what we've seen in these playoffs. From what we've seen in these playoffs, Jalen, it looked like to me the future of this team is Amen Thompson and Alfred Sengun, and I like Van Fleet there as a vet.
he's not.
He doesn't have no playoff experience.
Ant didn't have no playoff experience either. He went to
nor
the
did
conference finals.
nor did Amen, and he outplayed him. Jalen Green is in year what? What year did he just finish?
I don't know. He's been in there for a minute. He got some years.
Yeah.
But we're not going to. We're not going to.
He just finished year 4.
We're not going to ignore the regular season, bro. I know it's about the playoffs, whatever, woo, but
it's not like he's made a big leap, bro. Okay, let's go. I mean, points per game average is 4 years. 17.3 as a rookie. 22. Okay, second year. Third year 19. This year 21. I mean, it's been about the same.
Average, like 19.
20.
That sounds like 19. Okay,
his career.
20.
I think his career high was this year.
That's cute.
But yeah, Jalen, we talking about the playoffs, and like your younger players outplayed the young player you've been expecting to grow into like the guy for 4 years now. And Thompson is not even like an offensive player, but he came in, did some good things, both sides of the ball. Sengun was probably their best offensive option outside of Van Vliet. You got a young guy who's only in year 4, who's got some upside. Why not go ahead and trade him and go get KD?
No,
try to get you a ring.
But him and the Suns, him on the Suns, definitely not.
And keep Jalen Green. Why wouldn't I do that? That makes no sense.
For sure, I'm with you on that, Jalen, because Jalen Green on the Suns is crazy.
Yeah,
him and D-Book, that would be
disgusting.
That
makes me sick.
That would be disgusting. But I don't like KD on the Rockets, man. I'm biased, but give me Timberwolves or Spurs. So you telling me a lineup of
low key.
You don't like him on the Spurs? To me, the Spurs is the best place for him to go.
I don't like him on the Spurs.
We got Fox at the 1, Castle at the 2, KD at the 3, Shohan at the 4, Wemby at the 5.
It just don't.
Well, I think if he do end up with the Spurs, I don't know if Shohan. Yeah, I'm about to say Shohan probably gone. Maybe even Devin Vassell, but I was hoping they could keep Devin Vassell. You think he can go?
Johnson gonna be gone.
I would rather keep Keldon. No, I would want to keep Keldon. Trade.
Yeah, keep Keldon.
Keldon gonna be gone though. If I'm giving you KD, I need y'all gotta come up something. That's what I'm saying. That's why. That's the reason why I'm saying I don't like these other.
Chip Devin.
I don't like these other teams because wait, time out. Pause. Rewind. You said ship Devin Booker.
Ship Devin. No. Devin Vassell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vassell. Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the Rockets have the most leeway to trade players without it literally affecting their team at all. Like they have so much depth that I'll give you about 3 players in a pick, and I still wouldn't feel it. Like if I'm replacing Jabari Smith with KD, cool. I don't care. Cam Whitmore not gonna get enough burn on the bench. Cool. Let him go off. The 10th pick, I would like it, but I don't need it with KD. Boom.
I got a new theory now. Give me Pacers.
Man.
KD going back to the Thunder.
They made it to the finals. He's not going to the Thunder. We said on this podcast if they made it to the finals, he won't gonna go there.
I want it to happen.
Nah,
So you know a question I've been thinking about too, ever since though we found out the Thunder got there. So the Thunder get this ring, which I think they have a good chance of doing.
Yeah, he's the greatest Thunder.
Who, Shai?
Yeah.
He won a championship.
He's right above Russ.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's gonna get worse. If anything, they win another one.
Facts. If anything, they might win another one next year because the Celtics ain't gonna be nothing.
And they got a lot of picks still.
Yeah. But that's the thing I've been noticing about the Thunder, and we can go all the way back to the top. The first time they made it with KD and James and Russ, like the Thunder have been a pretty competent organization with getting the players they need, setting themselves up in the draft, and keep rebuilding to be successful. And so I guess now, in hindsight, do y'all think KD would have ever won one in OKC?
Yeah.
If he never left the first time, if he's
that core was winning the ship.
I think so.
That core was winning the ship. He just ain't giving
Even
no time.
when James Harden left, I think they still would have won one.
I thought 2016 was a year.
I think he gave it time. I ain't gonna say that he was there he was there since the Supersonics game.
That's true, but
time.
bro, y'all get. I don't know, making it to the finals, even with the pieces that they had, is enough to tell me okay, we got something that worked. We just need that.
But he got tired of Russ. He got tired of Russ.
Even if they get rid of Russ and keep KD, I still think he gets one. I think they just needed. I think he just needed one more year after 16 and the 3-1. That's like self-inflicted right there. You up 3-1 on the Warriors, you go to the finals. To me, that series with the Cavs still could have went either way. But I think if he gave it another year or two, and then if they didn't get it done, okay. But to me, to leave after you were one game from getting to the finals once again with that core with Russ, and then go to the Warriors, I don't know. It just made me do. It just makes me wish he did, try to do the job in OKC. But I know athletes, they do what they need to do what they feel is best. He got his rings, but
hey man, call it what you want. He got one. He got.
I just wish he would win one that didn't have a Golden State logo on it. It's not like those aren't sufficient to his career, but it would mean so much more if he would have got one with either the Nets or Phoenix, bro.
He about to. He should have. Well, since we on, he
should have won one with the Nets.
He would have got. I was finna say he literally would have gotten one if his foot wasn't a size whatever it is. If his shit was a half-inch shorter, he gets one. My word, because James Harden would have came back and Kyrie would have came back. They both would have came back, and Giannis literally went on to win it. They literally played the Suns. They would have beat the Suns.
They played the Suns. They would have killed the Suns. They would have whooped the Suns.
Bro, they would have killed the Suns.
That was a weak final.
It wouldn't have even been close.
That was such a weak final.
That was a gimme. That was a gimme.
That was a boring final.
That was weak.
Game 8. Well, no adjustments. Monty stunk. He stunk that up.
Because they were up 2-0, right?
They were up.
Yeah, they were up 2-0.
Yeah. Were they up?
But then Giannis just kept.
They won 4 in a row.
Against Giannis. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because Giannis dropped 50 in the champion, in their last game.
Phoenix was up 2-0 and the Bucks won 4 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, they did
that one game in there.
That was supposed to be Devin Booker's ring. That was supposed to be CP3 ring. Now CP3
never going to win one. A couple of rings. He was supposed to have a ring because since we're talking about that, when Houston played the Warriors, and he got
remind me
hurt
about that. 27 missed threes.
And he got hurt that series.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. He got hurt right before that game 7.
Yeah.
Which if it was me, I would have been out there.
And that's what James Harden was, bro.
Y'all about to say the Rockets would have won that year because they would have played the weak Cavs. That Cavs team was so weak.
Yeah, the Cavs had no chance to win the finals that year.
Yeah, it probably would have went to about 6 though. I could see
just
the Cavs probably. Yeah. because I mean they played like a prime time Warriors team, so it was like they had no chance at all.
Yeah. And that Rockets team was built to beat that Warriors team. Like that was the only team in the whole league that could go toe to toe with that Warriors team.
Like that could score with them.
Yeah.
Keep up with them. Like they had it. I mean, I think they would have won if he didn't get hurt, but that's the what ifs.
Yeah, CP3 should have had one in LA too.
And I was gonna say the Clippers.
Yeah.
He'd have been so close so many times.
The 2015 team, was that the year they lost a 3-1 series to the Rockets with James Harden? And I think you win one game and you play the Warriors. I think they beat the Warriors in that series and go to the finals. But hey,
that gotta be sickening a little.
It was Steph Curry time.
Oh yeah, he gonna have some stories to tell, boy.
Man.
Trey-Fo legend, man. He is still a Trey-Fo legend.
Oh, yeah.
Trey-Fo.
Still a Trey-Fo legend. Wish he could have got him one, man. He's still the point guard, though.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I'll give him that. That's the least
Somebody
I
was
can do
asking
for
me,
him.
Speaking of CP3, I saw this post. It was like, who you taking, prime CP or prime Kyrie?
I might have to go Kyrie on that one.
Kyrie?
I'm gonna have to go CP, bro.
Give me CP.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the New Orleans, man. He was defensive. Will give you double doubles every night. See, Kyrie wasn't giving you dubs. He was just pure bucks, and I respect that.
He just island boy. But put you on an island. CP3 is gonna get. CP3 is like how we see Tyrese play. He getting everybody involved. CP3 don't need to score 30 for them to win.
Kyrie got to be above him just because he got rings.
Oh yeah.
I mean, CP is definitely a better playmaker. Yeah. Better playmaker, better at like the point guard things. But as far as straight hoop, like you say, getting the bucket,
Kyrie
101 or finishing, Kyrie Irving.
Nah, because Kyrie Irving is probably one of the best scoring guards ever. Like in terms of just how he can score.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta get real specific on how you word it. He's probably one of the best scoring guards of all time. But overall, point guard, I'm not even hesitating. Give me CP3 on that one.
CP for sure.
Oh yeah.
Now, if y'all are building a team from the ground up, given how the Pacers just lost, I mean not the Pacers, the Knicks just lost. Are y'all taking Jalen Brunson as your starting point guard or Tyrese?
Tyrese.
I feel like Jalen Brunson, he's definitely good. I just feel like he literally has to be in the perfect situation for it to work.
Yeah.
Just because of the way he plays. Like I was watching Jeff Teague on podcast, and he was just spitting straight facts he's spitting straight facts. He was like, if I was playing with the Knicks, man, I'd be pissed every game. You know how he be talking.
Yeah.
He was like,
that was Jeff.
Every play. Yeah, it was Jeff. He was like, every play, Jalen Brunson come down, dribbling for 18 seconds. What I'm supposed to do with 6 seconds on the clock. I'm like, I feel you, gang. I'm with you. I'd have been pissed too. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it literally has to be the perfect situation for them to win, whatever team he's on. So Tyrese.
Yeah, I'll give it to Tyrese because I think Jalen Brunson's a better scorer than Tyrese, but I think as far as like we said, point guard functioning, you want a guard that's going to lead you to win the game. Like Tyrese, if he's not doing it scoring wise, he's never not going to be involved in the offense because he's either going to be orchestrating the whole thing, or he also going to be getting his. And we saw that a lot of times in this playoffs too. Like go out there, score 10 points, but have 15 assists, and he going to make sure everybody else is eating. So I'd rather have that than, like you said, coming down. And Jalen Brunson's smaller guard, it's going to be harder for him to get a bucket a lot of times. So he's gonna have to work around. He's gonna have to work through the shot clock. And if he throw one up and it don't go in, that's it.
He has to have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he literally has to. And even like you were saying, even if because we just like you said earlier, Jalen, like we just seen the Pacers win without Tyrese going crazy, and that was whether that was points or assists. Even if he's not having a crazy game, he's drawing attention regardless because he can play well with the ball in his hands and without. Like Jalen Brunson, he has to have the ball in his hands. Literally has to. I don't think I've ever seen him play well off ball.
I don't think I have seen him play off ball.
That's literally. I don't think I have. Well, in Dallas, but not with the Knicks.
He won't super off ball even in Dallas though.
He wasn't super off ball, but it was definitely Luka with the ball the majority of the time. So give me Tyrese though. But speaking of go ahead.
I'm about to say, speaking of the Knicks, and who's the best option in New York or whatever.
Malone.
So, yeah, they just fired Thibodeau, and a lot of people have been either not too happy about that. You know, I texted Nick when the news hit, and I was like, "What's going on?" And Nick is in support of it. You know, he had the same reason a lot of people were saying, like the offense was stagnant, and outdated, and like you said, I mean, a lot of times you coming down the court, you wasting 15, 18 seconds of the shot clock and not getting a good shot. That's not going to win you games like we've seen in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, what y'all think? Did the Knicks make a good decision, or
they only
did they mess up?
I will only say they made a good decision because Malone is available. If there was no other coach that was ready and had a winning resume, then that was a terrible decision. I still don't think it was a smart decision because I don't think he was fully the issue. My thing is and this we can go back. I'm gonna reference Jeff Teague podcast on this one too. He talked about when he was playing under Tibbs, and the only thing that he said that Tibbs was one of his favorite coaches in the NBA ever that he played for, because he let the players play, he listened to the players, and he trusted the players. And if you weren't good, you just weren't playing. That's just how basketball works anyway. So if my only downfall I give you as a coach is that you play your players too much, and that's literally about it, that's not a good enough reason for me to fire you. Every coach got something that's wrong with them. Tibbs is just known across the league. Your players are going to play. So, I don't know, bro. I feel like they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. They ain't did that in 25 years. Everything that y'all were building up was working. Y'all just got beat by a team that happened to be better than y'all. We didn't think the Pacers were on paper, but once they played, you're like, okay, yeah, this team is better. I mean, it happens. You ain't going to win every game. So, I don't know. I just feel like, bro, this was a gutted new roster. You got rid of what would have been the Nova Knicks. You got a new player, Mikal Bridges. You got Karl Anthony Towns. You trying to make it all work. And, I mean, they beat the Celtics. Even with Tatum going down, they were still going to beat the Celtics. So that was a success in itself.
They were up 3-1 at the point.
Yeah, they built that team to beat the Celtics.
Injured, man. They were injured, man. I told you they wasn't going to win because the Celtics was injured.
What, the Celtics?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown was hurt.
But even before, bro, they was going to beat them even if they was fully healthy, bro.
I don't know about that now.
They was going to beat them even
I mean, it was almost like the way with the Patriots. He wasn't. They was up 20 in game one. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't lose both games at home and claim injuries. I'm sorry,
but they.
I feel like it was the right decision though. Me personally. Yeah, they do.
I think it's funny that we talk about Mike Malone being available and possibly taking this opportunity, because I feel like the Knicks jumped the gun a little bit with firing Tibbs and should have looked at what the Nuggets did with Malone. These past couple years, right? They let Jokic, they spent about 8 years together before they really started seeing some real success. They let Jokic develop, and he developed to what he was. And then, of course, you got to get through. Of course, still LeBron and the Lakers in 2020. You lose in the Western Conference Finals that year, right? In the bubble. You also, still don't get there in 21, but you finally break through. You win in 23 or 22. Can't remember the exact years, but you win one. And then after that, then the Nuggets see, okay, we're not sustaining that same type of success. Now it's time for a change. I think the Knicks they didn't really let Tibbs get all the way to the success that they maybe could have gotten yet. You just got Julius Randle this one season. You only got one season with him. And you got, like you said, you got to the ECF. So I think you give it one more year, running back with some players, maybe make a few changes to the roster, make some adjustments, maybe bring in some more assistants to help out that offense. Give them a year to adjust, a year or two, and then after that, if you're still not getting the results, getting to the finals or getting over that hump, then go in a different direction. I think the Knicks kind of blew it up a little too early with firing Tibbs. And to me, it could backfire because now you got to bring in a whole new coach. You got to deal with the whole thing of getting adjusted with a new culture. We're having things come out now where there were some things that didn't really work with Cat defensively and Tibbs and things like that. And so you might have to go through that whole thing again, bringing in a new coach. So yeah, I'm not going to say it's the totally wrong decision for the Knicks, but I do think it was wrong in that it was a little early.
I think it was the right decision. I don't know. I feel like if they didn't make the Eastern Conference Finals and they would have fired him, nobody would be saying nothing. I feel like people are saying something just because they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time. But even if they won games with Jalen Brunson being the superstar, holding the ball the whole time, we always said they were not. We said from the beginning that they weren't going to win the finals. So if their goal was to win the finals, and they don't think Tibbs was going to help them win the finals, why keep him? Because they literally said they fired him with winning a championship in mind. And the way they played, I don't think they were going to ever win a championship because Jalen Brunson was never going to be able to one man. He's not LeBron. He's never going to one man show a team to the finals, in my opinion. So I don't know.
And to me, that's also a reason not to fire him, especially if you know that Jalen Brunson, he's a great scorer, but like what Becky Hammond say a couple years back, you can't win championship when your 1A dude is a small guard, and he's very limited, I think, with his size. And I think if you go, you go see where you can improve the roster just a little bit. Some guys like maybe look at Miles Bridges Mikal Bridges, maybe even Josh Hart. Some guys that you might can see if you can improve at their positions for some better production, especially in the playoffs. You try that out. But I don't know. Tibbs, he came in, he built up the Knicks to where to get to this point. And man, I think you got to give him another year to make some adjustments.